Welcome back. This is going to be a short sequence of movements that will be great for if you are experiencing low back pain or like sciatica pain. I do want to preface that if you are experiencing severe pain, to consult your doctor or to like your physical therapist. Sciatica pain, low back pain can occur for many different reasons. So sometimes movements that might be helpful for one person aren't helpful for another because of the different reasons of why it's happening within your body. So this is going to be therapeutic. It's going to be gentle and minimal, and just little stretches that you could do just to kind of relax kind of that area. So the low back and the sciatica, it's a bundle of nerves there at the base of the sacrum. And so just kind of allowing yourself to just kind of relax, feel the support of the floor beneath you, and just kind of breathing into the pain. I do want to preface, if anything feels uncomfortable, please don't do it. Listen to your body. That is the first and foremost thing. So always listen. We will begin, if you have blocks, actually, blocks would be great to just kind of support yourself if you need it. They're not necessary, but if you have a pillow or something that you could put underneath your head, you're welcome to get that now. We will begin on our backs. The whole practice will be laying down, so be very, very gentle and therapeutic. Bringing the feet wide as the mat, knees into touch, just coming to a moment within constructive rest. Place the hands wherever feels most comfortable here. Now I want you to really take the time to get super comfortable. So if you want to like pick up the tailbone and kind of lengthen it down a little bit, you want to kind of nestle the shoulder blades underneath the heart space. Kind of find that position with the head where you feel centered and comfortable within the neck. And then place the hands maybe on the belly or next to you, wherever feels most grounding. I want you to just begin to slow down the breath. Begin to create space between the inhale and the exhale. And imagine on the exhale that you're like getting wider. That you're almost like, you're just releasing and just like spreading out on the mat. So notice how you do that. Just kind of begin to release tension. You begin to settle into feeling the support of the earth beneath you. Really setting the intention to honor what your body needs and to listen to what is coming up for you without judgment or shame. Let's take about 3 more deep breaths here, really to just fully arrive. Again, see if you can relax and release tension, even if it's just a little bit more through the back, through the hips. Good. This is going to be a slow practice. Slowly walk the feet in underneath the knees, so your feet are about hip width apart. And bring the knees in towards the chest. So give yourself a little squeeze and maybe rock side to side if that feels good. You can also just find stillness here and whatever feels best for you. Just take a moment to kind of tune in. And then if you are moving, go ahead and find stillness. I want you to just take the deepest breath you've taken all day. Really breathe into the low back. And exhale, release. Good, one more.
more. Inhale, biggest breath into the low back, filling the ribs, filling the lungs. Exhale, release. Good. And then we're going to come into Apanasana, which is a very subtle, gentle move, placing the hands like they're perched on top of the knees. And we're going to just move the knees forward and back. But I want you to really lengthen the tailbone down here, almost if your tailbone had like little eyes and it was trying to peek down into the earth. So as you inhale, you're gently going to take the knees away from you and see how that tailbone kind of flattens out. And then as you exhale, keep that tailbone lengthening and looking down like it has little eyes as you bring the knees in towards the chest. So just finding your rhythm here, but I know it may not feel like much, but this is one of the probably the most therapeutic and best practices and poses that you could do for your low back. So continue to keep that tailbone and the sacrum like it was peering down into the earth, lengthen down. Moving with the rhythm of your breath. A couple more times here. Good. Last one. After you bring the knees back in towards the chest, we'll gently let the feet come back to the mat. And we'll come into a figure four, crossing that left leg over the right thigh. Option to stay here. Option to put a block underneath the foot. If you want to lift that up, if that's more comfortable. Option to set a block underneath the head. An option to also bring and lift that right foot off and hold on to that right thigh. So if you don't need the block, you can set it aside, but if there's any strain in the neck here, I do want you to use something underneath the head. So this, I want you to find where you meet your edge. This is kind of getting into that hip SI joint as well as the piriformis. I don't want there to be any pain here, but where you feel like if you were to breathe into it, you're just creating a bit of space for tension to release, lovingly honoring what you need here. So just taking some deep breaths. Keeping both feet flexed. Relax through the shoulders. Good. And breathe. And one more deep breath. If the right foot is lifted, slowly lower it down. Uncross the legs, and then just windshield wiper the knees left and right. Just massaging the sacrum. If this doesn't feel good, you could always just pick the knees off and then maybe rock side to side. That might release a little pressure if it's just too much on the sacrum or the SI joint, because we could have sciatica because of the SI joint is not strong. So either one. Next, we'll come to the other side. So we'll cross the right ankle over the left thigh. And here, again, finding your version of this. So if you do want to keep that left foot grounded, or if you want to put a block under the foot, or lift that left foot off and hold on to the left thigh. Just finding what you need and allowing it to be different on this side. A lot of times we have some imbalances, which could also lead to pain, but just honoring what this side wants and needs. So tune in if you need something different. And breathe. Imagine that breath is really just going down into that right hip, really creating a space, releasing tension, lovingly and compassionately. One more deep breath. Slowly release, letting that left foot come down, uncross the legs, and again finding your version if you want to just kind of windshield wiper the knees left and right, or bring the knees into the chest and rock side to side. And then we'll come back to that constructive rest pose where we began. Again, taking the time to really find your comfort here, to nestle those shoulder blades under, maybe lengthen the tailbone down, bring the knees into touch. Hands on the belly or at your sides, and I just want you to feel, to notice maybe what has shifted with just in those few movements. Just taking the time to honor and to slow down and to move in a way that is in honor of our pain or our discomfort. To really spend time to breathe into it and to be here. To stay here as long as you want or need, or if you need to get going or ready to move on with your day, gently roll to one side, coming into the fetal position, and then we'll slowly come up to a seated posture just to close out our practice. Just taking a moment to honor. Maybe placing the hands on the heart. Just saying thank you for showing up, for doing something good for your entire well-being, for taking care of you. I send you love and light. Thank you so much for being here. Namaste. Thank you so much. Let me know how that felt for you. I know it was very simple, but I do think that sometimes slowing down and finding that where we can just kind of move therapeutically can be really helpful. So leave a comment, leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. It really supports me and means a lot to me. Thank you so much for being here, and as always, share on lightly.